Dr. Sun Yat-sen, father of the Republic of China, passed away a full century ago on 12th March in the 14th year of the Republic of China, 1925. It is expected that there will be plenty of written tributes from different quarters and a lot of commemorative gatherings in different places. For those who commemorate the death anniversary of Dr. Sun, they naturally admire his unwavering determination that dissolved the monarchy, his benevolent wisdom that formulated the lofty theory of the three principles of the people, his iron will that successively founded Revived China Society, Tung-men Society, Chinese Revolutionary Party, and Chinese Nationalist Party, as well as his courageous designs that established the Republic of China as a democratic state. However, if we assess the political influence of Dr. Sun nowadays, very little remains. His political ideology has been completely eradicated from mainland China and has significantly declined in Taiwan. Although commemorations of his passing will be held in many places, their meaning has become blurred and vague, at times used to claim legitimacy, at other times as mere ornamentation for those in power. Few truly embrace his words, "The revolution has not yet succeeded. Strive onwards, comrades." And few dedicate themselves to his cause. Dr. Sun advocated the three principles of the people. Regarding the principle of nationalism, its essence is to restore national status by reviving the traditional Confucian virtues of loyalty, filial piety, benevolence, compassion, truthfulness, justice, harmony, and peace. However, 7 decades of continuous communist purges on mainland China have long destroyed these values in society. The Republic of China originally upheld the ideal of 5 races under one union, the 5 races being Han, Manchu, Mongol, Muslim, and Tibetan. Now this union has degenerated into ethnic violence and hatred. Regarding the principle of democracy, mainland China has neither safeguarded human rights nor provided democratic elections. Regarding the principle of livelihood, the former Chinese Communist Premier Li Keqiang stated on 28 May 2020 that there are 600 million people in China with low or middle-low incomes, whose average monthly income is only around 1,000 renminbi. This statement reveals the failure of communist economic policies in improving people's livelihoods. Examining Taiwan, since the passing of President Jiang Jingguo, successive governments have progressively abandoned the political framework of the three principles of the people. Over the last 2 decades, Chinese history and traditional cultural contents have been removed from education syllabus and government institutions. Even the official name of the Republic of China, along with the national flag and the national anthem, are subjected to determined effort by the Democratic Progressive Party, DPP, government to abolish and replace. Some members of the Kuomintang have for years cooperated in the erasure of Chinese history and traditional culture. An example is the name Chinese Kuomintang. Some party members are happy to discard the word Chinese. As we mark the death anniversary of Dr. Sun, surveying both Taiwan and mainland China, political goals have been distorted and Confucian culture has been undermined. What words of tribute can we offer? Harking back to the time before mainland China fell to the communists in the 38th year of the Republic, 1949, it was a period when the international prestige of the Republic of China was at her peak, attained through tenacity and sacrifice in the war of resistance against Japanese aggression. By founding the Republic of China, Dr. Sun was not only revered by the entire nation for his thoughts and works, but also widely acknowledged in the West. Hence, in the 33rd year of the Republic, 1944, the people of the United States designated Sun Yat-sen Day in his honor. On 11th April in the 32nd year of the Republic, 1944, Madame Chiang Kai-shek, also known as Song Mei-ling, concluded her tour of 6 major United States cities: Washington, New York, Boston, Chicago, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. From 14th June to 18th June that year, she was invited to visit Canada as well. Her visits to the United States and Canada captivated Western governments and societies, and she made a consequential contribution to China's foreign relations. On 17th December in the same year, the United States Congress passed the repeal of the Chinese Exclusion Act, terminating the 1882 Chinese Exclusion Act, thus greatly improving Sino-American relation. The following year, on 12th March, in the 33rd year of the Republic of China, in order to commemorate the death anniversary of Dr. Sun Yat-sen, Minister Councillor Liu Kai and Consul General Yu Junji, also known as James T.C. Yu of the Republic of China, presented Sun Yat-sen Day at the Metropolitan Opera House in New York. At that time, New York's Metropolitan Opera House was located between West 39th Street and Broadway. It was not moved to Lincoln Center until 1967. On 13th March 1944, the New York Times reported on Sun Yat-sen Day with this headline: 3,000 here honor Dr. Sun and China. Mayor says extraterritorial rights of foreign powers must be ended after war. A part of the newspaper article reads, 3,000 persons attended a meeting at the Metropolitan Opera House yesterday to observe Sun Yat-sen Day and to hail the valiant fight of China against the Japanese invader. The meeting, marking the 19th anniversary of the death of Dr. Sun, was part of a nationwide tribute in honor of the founder of the Chinese Republic. The emergence of China from the current conflict as one of the great nations of the world and as one of the foremost exponents of democracy was predicted by numerous speakers, who included Mayor Lagardère, former Governor Charles Edison of New Jersey, Dr. Liu Kai, Admiral Harry E. Yarnell, USNM retired, Paul Robeson, Representative Walter H. Judd, Lieutenant Colonel Evans Fordyce Carlson, and Pearl S. Buck. Roosevelt sent message. President Roosevelt sent a message declaring that the meetings held in honor of Dr. Sun give fitting expression to sentiments that lie deep in the hearts of Americans. The spirit of Dr. Sun Yat-sen is associated in our minds with the spirit of freedom which has long animated the Chinese people, the President wrote. The great objectives for which he so steadfastly strove, national sovereignty, representative government, and betterment of the people's economic life became a unifying creed for Chinese in all sectors of China and a source of inspiration in their determination to resist the onslaught of Japanese tyranny. In Dr. Sun's doctrines, we find much that is similar to ideals which inspired the founders of our own American democracy and to principles underlying the common cause of the United Nations. The spirit of Sun Yat-sen lives in the soul of his people. We are proud to honor both. President Chiang Kai-shek also greeted the meeting with a message in which he said that the teachings of Dr. Sun would lead toward liberty and equality for China and the advancement of the welfare of mankind. The New York Metropolitan Opera House had 6 levels of seating with a total capacity of 3,625 seats. According to the New York Times, approximately 3,000 guests attended the memorial event, filling the venue and demonstrating the popularity of the occasion. A wealth of information about the participants and schedule of Sun Yat-sen Day can be extracted from the program of Sun Yat-sen Day in my collection, providing a brief glimpse of this historic moment. The cover of the program features a portrait of Dr. Sun Yat-sen with the English title at the top, Sun Yat-sen Day. Beneath the portrait are 3 lines of text. Tribute to Dr. Sun Yat-sen, father of the Chinese Republic. Sunday, March 12, 1944, Metropolitan Opera House. The back of the program features a 4-level floor plan of the Metropolitan Opera House, showing the locations of emergency exits, with quotation by Patrick Walsh, the New York City Fire Commissioner and Chief of Department. The inside pages of the program list the schedule of Sun Yat-sen Day. They feature 1. Singing of the National Anthem of the United States, led by the resident Metropolitan Opera soprano, Eleanor Steber. 2. Singing of the National Anthem of the Republic of China, led by the resident Metropolitan Opera soprano, Eleanor Steber. 3. Memorial ceremony for Dr. Sun Yat-sen. 4. Reading the will of Dr. Sun Yat-sen by Yu Junji, Consul General of the Republic of China in New York. 5. Speech by Elder Statesman Li Yuying. 6. Speech by New Jersey Governor Charles Edison. 7. Speech by New York City Mayor Fiorello H. LaGuardia. 8. Speech by Admiral Harry E. Yarner, former commander of the United States Asiatic Fleet. 9. Speech by Paul Robeson, American singer, actor, and political activist. 10. Speech by Congressman Walter H. Judd. 11. Speech by author Pearl S. Buck, Nobel Prize winner in literature. 12. Speech by Madame Song Qingling, widow of Dr. Sun Yat-sen, who broadcasted via shortwave radio from Chongqing, the wartime capital of China. 13. Speech by Sun Fo, son of Dr. Sun Yat-sen and president of the Legislative Yuan, who broadcasted via shortwave radio from Chongqing, the wartime capital of China. 14. Intermission. 15. Choral performance by the Collegiate Choral, conducted by the renowned American conductor and choral director Robert Shaw. 16. Speech by Liu Kai, Minister Counselor of the Republic of China. 17. Speech by Lieutenant Colonel Evans Fordyce Carlson, United States Marine Corps, famous for raiding the Japanese military base on Makin Atoll in the Pacific Ocean. New Jersey Governor Charles Edison and New York City Mayor Fiorello H. LaGuardia were the highest-ranking local politicians representing the United States. Consul General Yu Junji and Minister Counselor Liu Kai were diplomats stationed in the United States representing the Republic of China. Li Yuying, elder statesman and educator, first met Dr. Sun Yat-sen in Europe in 1906. Admiral Harry E. Yano, a longtime critic of Japan, advocated the repeal of the Chinese Exclusion Act and had served as commander of the United States Asiatic Fleet. Paul Robeson had performed the Chinese resistance song Arise in both New York and Washington. Vinyl record of the song in English and Chinese was also produced by him. He took part in numerous charity events supporting China's war effort. Congressman Walter H. Judd, a former doctor and missionary in China, returned to America after the outbreak of the Sino-Japanese War to actively campaign for a boycott of Japanese goods and an embargo on military supplies. He played a key role in rallying popular support for China in the United States. Pearl S. Buck lived in China for over 30 years and frequently incorporated Chinese themes into her writings. In 1938, she became the first American woman to receive the Nobel Prize in Literature. Robert Shaw, who founded the Collegiate Choral in 1941, was notable for leading one of the few racially diverse choirs in the United States at the time. Lieutenant Colonel Evans Carlson was stationed in China 3 times. In 1942, he led a company of 200 Marines to raid the Japanese military base on Makin Atoll in the Pacific. Examining the experiences and backgrounds of the distinguished guests revealed that they are all worthy representatives of the political, military, and cultural realms. This exemplifies that Sun Yat-sen Day was vigorously planned and meticulously orchestrated. On the rectal page of the program is a simple English translation of the first paragraph of preface of Sun Wen's theory by Dr. Sun Yat-sen. My life has been consecrated to the Chinese people, and my devotion to the tasks I set myself has remained unchanged during this long period. Neither the might of the Manchu dynasty nor all the misfortunes of my life availed to turn me aside from the aims I placed before me. I strove for what I aspired to, and the more failures I experienced, the more I yearned for the struggle. That is why I was able to raise the mass of the Chinese people to revolutionary action and thereby overthrow the monarchy and found the Republic. The list of sponsors on the versal page of the program is divided into 2 categories: non-profit organizations in one category, and the Chinese consulate, commercial enterprise, and individuals in another category. The non-profit organizations sponsoring the memorial event were United China Relief, the East and West Association, American Council Institute of Pacific Relations, Foreign Missions Conference of North America, Chinese Consolidated Benevolent Association, Sun Yat-sen Group. Among them, United China Relief was the most influential overseas fundraising organization during China's war of resistance against Japanese aggression. The Chinese consulate, commercial enterprise, and individuals who sponsored the event numbered 30. Apart from the Chinese consulate, Huacang Trading Corporation, C.T. Lu Qingzai, a well-known antique dealer resident in Paris, and the Shanghai lawyer Y.S. Xie, also known as Xie Yongsen. The remaining sponsors were all prominent Caucasians from the fields of journalism, business, industry, and medicine in America. In the category of journalism, there was Henry R. Luce, a magazine magnate and founder of United China Relief. In the category of business, there was Alfred Kohlberg, a key supporter of the Republic of China in the United States after the fall of mainland China to the communists in 1949. In the category of industry, there was Mrs. Andrew Carnegie, wife of Andrew Carnegie, magnate and philanthropist. In the category of medicine, there was Dr. Jerome Webster, a renowned surgeon who was celebrated as the father of surgical education in the United States. He taught at Peking Union Medical College before the war and was decorated by the government of China 3 times during wartime. The chairman of the sponsoring committee was Dr. Morris William, whose work, The Social Interpretation of History, is said to have guided Dr. Sun Yat-sen in his rejection of communism. Reviewing the list of sponsors, it is clear that Sun Yat-sen Day was a commemorative event that empathized deeply with the American people. The majority of attendees and sponsors were Caucasians. In those years, the reputation of Dr. Sun Yat-sen, father of the nation, spread far beyond China's borders. Innumerable overseas newspapers, magazines, articles, biographies, and translated writings chronicled his thoughts and works. For example, during Madame Chiang Kai-shek's visit to the United States, one of her key engagements took place on 28 March 1943, when she paid tribute to Dr. Sun Yat-sen at his statue in San Francisco's Sun Yat-sen Park. In the following year, Nobel Prize-winning author Pearl S. Buck wrote the play Sun Yat-sen as part of the many cultural activities that supported wartime China. Given their familiarity with Dr. Sun's contributions, the American public enthusiastically attended the memorial event and paid tribute to him. Sun Yat-sen Day in America took place 81 years ago. 5 years afterwards, mainland China fell to the Chinese communists, plunging the country into a terrifying catastrophe. If not because of the widespread embrace of Sun Yat-sen's 3 principles of the people as an antithesis of communism, the steadfast resolve of the central government, the loyalty and fortitude of the people, the survival of the Republic of China through the twin calamities of Japanese invasion and communist insurrection could not be assumed. The remarkable power inspired by Sun Yat-sen's 3 principles of the people, demonstrates that his ideology is comparable to the might of a colossal army. In this time of turmoil and darkness, forge the 3 principles of the people into a righteous arrow, pierce the molten sun, and save our fiery world. Our triumphant anthem will surely resonate across the mountains and the rivers.